name is Sonia Menning, licensed massage therapist. I'm making these videos just to show some of my clients and anyone else who's interested in what I do for self-care. I know that right now is a time where a lot of massage therapist offices are closed, spas are closed, and I know that everybody out there has their aches and pains and sometimes chronic pain. So I wanted to show you some of the self-care techniques that are beneficial for in between your sessions or while you're not able to get a massage. I like to kind of just start with an open hand, get some of my front neck muscles. Okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some techniques on the anterior muscles. A lot of times these are ignored. If you work in a desk and or any type of job, if you're driving all over the place, we tend to round ourselves out, right? So we're doing everything with our hands in front of us like this, and we're shortening all the muscles in the front. Well, in the back, your muscles are like lengthened and long and tight. So we need to really work on getting our shoulders back and opening up our chest again. And if you just only do stretches to do that, and you still have muscles that are tight that haven't let go of contraction, you're gonna keep going back to the same thing. So here are some techniques to work on with anterior neck muscles. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the SCM, it's sternocleidomastoid muscle. This muscle attaches on to your clavicle in here, the sternum area, sternocleido, and then your mastoid process behind your ear. So if you can see this muscle poking out right here. Sometimes it's so tight that you won't be able to grasp it on your own, and it's a very difficult muscle to get to. Other times it'll be easy. If you're laying flat on your back and you turn your head and lift it, that will cause that muscle to pop out. So you can try to do that where you're laying down and then you lift up a little bit, and that will make that pop down. These are tendons for the muscles, those muscle attachments. So grab onto that attachment right here, right above there. Just the first one. See, you have all these other little ones. Those are the scalene muscles. We'll get into that. So you grab onto your SCM, and this is a muscle that hurts. It hurts when you work on it. It doesn't mean you shouldn't work on it. It means you should. You have so many different little tendencies to get little trigger points in those muscles. So you're gonna have a lot of really sensitive areas. So I'm gonna start by I'm just doing a pincer compression. You can kind of rotate, ooh, and I'm pinching it and stretching it. So tender. But it feels so good when you're done. And then you work your way up. Kind of do some rolls in here. Roll it around, find those little tight spots, those little tender spots. I like the pin and stretch, but it's like, ooh. Okay, move up. Now, while you're working on your anterior neck muscles, there are areas that you have to be careful about. We have like your carotid artery and major nerves that are not protected by muscles. So if you ever feel a heartbeat when you're grabbing onto the tissue of the front of your neck, if you feel like a pulsating, get off of it. You're probably holding onto an artery or a vein. So just focus on the muscles. If you feel like a really nervy sensation and you can feel that going down your arm or up, get off of that. You might be getting on your own nerves. So the SCM is pretty easy to find. Okay, so I'm pinching, and I want to show you, I'm going to just take my earring out here. It goes all the way up. Ooh, and it can get so sore where it attaches behind the ear. You go all the way up. Now, if you have swollen glands, in this area in front, just be really careful. Don't, if you feel lumps in there, like gland, like if you're not sure what it is, then don't put pressure on it. But as if you follow that muscle from origin to insertion, you can find where it connects. And then it connects on to right behind your ear, the mastoid process. And usually your muscles are you're gonna feel it in your, where they connect, in the connective, where the tendon meets that bone and attaches onto the bone. You'll have sore spots within the muscle for sure, but those attachment points really can get sore. So I'm just pinching right here, all the way up, and then you can kind of just massage it. Okay, so that's my sternocleidomastoid muscle, your SCM. You got one on the other side too. I'm not going to go into it, but I'll show you that muscle. Everybody should do this. It's so ignored and it's sad because we need this. Okay. All right, so the next one I'm going to get into is scalene muscles. These were the muscles that I was talking about. We have anterior, middle, and posterior scalene muscles. They attach onto the ribs and then they go on up to attach onto the vertebrae of your neck. They help with movement from side to side and bending to the side like that. But they also do connect to those ribs and help with our upper chest breathing. So if you put your neck off to the side like this, it's easier to see in some people. You can see mine kind of poking through. Mine are really tight right now. I need a massage. So that's why I'm teaching you how to do what I do for myself. So I have my scalene muscles right here. They attach on into here. There's an area that you want to avoid, this anterior triangle. Do you see this little pocket right here? If you dig deep in there, I'm touching a nerve right now and it hurts. So don't do that. My brachial plexus, ooh, and I can feel it go down. So you'll know when you're on your nerves, like, oh, and then there's also like, there are blood vessels and stuff like that too that you'll feel the pulse on. So don't work on those. Really find these muscles right here. And what I like to do is like a pin and stretch. So I find where it attaches. I'm right in that chromium process area of my clavicle, right in that little dip. And I'm holding the attachment of this muscle down. I'm holding it down and I'm pinching it down. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go stretch my ear down to the side. Nice and gentle. You can turn these muscles, the attachments, twist, and so they help with more than one motion. So when you're stretching them, you can do straight ear to the shoulder, but also kind of move your head in different angles to get other areas of the muscle where it feels good. Now, if you're able to grasp onto some of these muscles, you can do that, the scalene muscles. Just be careful. Another endangerment or bad sight that I want you to be aware of is this corner right in here. Underneath here, if you go down from your ear, here in your jaw, right up in here, on your skull, you have this little bone that comes down like that. You want to be careful. You don't want to put direct pressure on that area. Don't do that. It's just a little part of the bone that sticks down. So really be careful in this area. So endangerment sites in this area, this anterior triangle here, you want to be careful of nerves. We have nerves and we have blood vessels that are not protected by muscles. So don't work in this little area right here. Okay, so we've done some of our scalene muscles. The next video I'm going to show you is some shoulder work, some neck work that we can do on ourselves, as well as our whole shoulder girdle, our pec muscles, and everything that attaches to the shoulder, including some of our rotator cuff muscles. So I will do that in another video.